It is 5 o'clock, and we are pumped up right here. The Halloween edition of the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson on this Friday. The day of the weekend is upon us, and we're excited about it. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. We've got referee Brandon in the house. We've got Bane, Hobzilla, and we've got Bone Crusher crushing the ones and the twos, and we've got the I don't know where I'm going, Lane Kiffin, here hosting the show. And on location, live in location, we've got Jeffrey on the phone. Jeffrey, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good.
You've been having some fun, have you? Been going and sightseeing a little bit and hanging out?
Yeah, everything was great up here. I went to go see a museum that was unbelievable.
Now, where are you, Jeff?
I'm in Tallahassee.
Tallahassee? All right, not too far, just right down the road.
So,
Yep.
Jeffrey, I just saw before we came on the air that the tickets for the Florida State Wake Forest game has just dropped to $6. So you and the girlfriend could get in at $12 to watch a college football game over in Tallahassee.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Oh, man.
Ask Hobzilla, you think you'd go to that game?
I mean, at $7 a ticket, maybe.
That's right. So we got to talk about it, Jeffrey. We're going to let Hobzilla take it away for just a second. So knowing that this new coach is going to be for his first game against the tough task of playing Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, I mean, man, this one, every year is marked on the calendar for you guys, for everybody. Everybody watches it. The largest outdoor cocktail party in the world happens there. And so what do you think? What's going on with the Florida Gators right now?
Well, I mean, I feel like we have a better chance than, some of the other years this year, which I know sounds a little crazy to some people, but they actually have like the 81st ranked, secondary in college football, so that kind of helps, Florida. We are out two very important wide receivers. Well, one, VB3, Vernell Brown III. We're out him. He's the freshman phenom. And then Aiden Mizell, I don't know, if what's going on with him, but he will not be playing either. So that I'm not looking forward to. We're a little thin at running back. It's Jacoby Jackson and Trayon Webb are both out. And I believe Clark is as well. So it doesn't sound great. We're, as far as the injuries, they're stacking up a lot higher than the other team. That's been, all year and ever since we've had Napier. And I know he's gone now, but, the injuries don't just disappear. But it's I have faith in the game. As always, I've touched base with some of DJ's camp and everything. And last time I did that, it was before the Texas game. And, they were like, oh, he really wants to win this game. It means a lot to him, And I don't know what the deal is with the competitive nature, why he don't get up for every game like this. But he's supposed to be very stoked about tomorrow. And I really feel like we're going to shock them, especially the first half with, running a lot of, because it's still Napier's playbook, and running a lot of plays that people have not seen, the more technical and difficult stuff, that Napier didn't want to run with DJ that they're going to run. I have faith that we're, definitely in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not leading at halftime.
Wow. What do you think about that, Jeffrey? Do you agree with Hobzilla that there's a chance that the Florida Gators is going to be leading at halftime?
I've seen stranger things happen.
Okay. All right. So Jeffrey's probably on board. Real quick, I want to read some of our Facebook people. Let's go with Livia Livingston. She says, I'm a female over 65, love football. My team is Florida. Came across your show and watching for the first time. So good to have you on here, Livia. Otis Reed said, go Dogs. My gal is from Athens. And I've got to say that. And then Livia also said that's funny that FSU tickets are $6. She thinks they're overpriced. Oh, so there you go. So you've got Gonzalez, the head coach, and obviously they talked about it this week on the presser. I got an opportunity to listen in, and he talked about something that was a little strange, but I understand where he was coming from. He said that he's still in his same office. He didn't move offices, that out of respect for Coach Napier, he didn't take over his office. That office is empty now, I would assume. And how does that, what does that speak to you as far as the man that's the interim coach?
I mean, I think he's a man of integrity. He's a really good, guy. A lot of Gator fans are wanting this to work out. They're like, man, I hope he run the table. And, Billy G's our coach next year. And he's never had a head coaching, job before. So, I mean, I look forward to it, but I don't see it, going on to a prolonged career for him, as a Gator coach. So,
what do you think about that? How did that make you feel when you heard that part? And then expound on what you think about this game.
So that tells me he's not confident he's going to keep this job. I mean, as far as he's not going to become the head coach. Move into the office, move out. Let's stay where I am. Let's finish the season, kind of see where things are going. I mean, we have, like Jeffrey said, we've seen, weird things happen. I believe, I don't think the athletes have changed. I mean, Florida's always had the athletes. We've seen it. They've got the recruits. They've got the players. I watched the Florida Gator podcast a couple weeks ago just because I try to get it from all sides, and they're just like, that week that y'all beat Texas, they said, this is the number one reason why we need to fire Napier. We can beat anybody that we want. We've got the athletes. We just play inconsistent. And I think the head coach has a lot to do with the way players wake up and come prepared to play. I think DJ's an athlete. We've seen that last year. We've seen spurts of it this year. Taking care of the ball. 9 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He can do great things. You see that. It just seems that the game either one gets away from him or he gets a little careless. If Gonzalez can keep his head in the game, he can wake him up motivated, wakes the whole team up motivated. I wouldn't be totally shocked to see y'all pull this upset. The way I've seen y'all play in spurts, y'all play really well. In the state of Florida anyway. It's going to be more of a home game for you guys than them being in Florida. I would, like to think y'all would have a couple more fans there. I'm hoping for a good game. I wouldn't be shocked to see them leading early. We led Georgia early in the game. They're just persistent. They do not give up. You have to, step on their throat, and they're just a team that don't die. So, if y'all are going to stand a chance, y'all got to get up and stay up there.
Right. And Kirby, to me, is like the king of overtime and the king of, halftime adjustments and things like that. So that's why I figure that, maybe you're up 14, 10, something like that at halftime, and then, here comes the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so we were up 14. I was feeling good until I wasn't. So, I totally get that.
Well, and the thing about Kirby's team this year that's different than the Kirby's of last or the past is that the fact that the quarterback position, even though he's effective, he doesn't wow you with his athleticism. He doesn't wow you with his arm. And so, but they do win. Yeah. And that's the kicker. And no matter how you get it done, as long as you get it done, I guess that's the answer. But, again, we talk about the parity across college football, and we talk about how that this NIL era that we live in has changed the way the landscape is, whereas you don't have 5 stars every single opportunity of every player, and so they're everywhere else now. So do you think Florida really matches up though with Georgia this year?
The whole time you were talking, I'm just sitting here in my head thinking like, hey, we've got the defensive line to do it. We have a couple 5 stars that have been injured all season that will not be playing, basically. But I really think that we're going to match up really well with them on, our defensive line and everything. Normally, that wasn't the case when we would play. Because if you've noticed, when Florida locks on defense this season, they have really showed out, So as long as DJ plays well, don't throw it to the other team and things like that, I feel like we've got a definite good chance,
Yeah, and with, I think, having a good chance, for me, I'm just, obviously you've got a coach that has coached a lot of football in Gonzalez. not head coaching, though. That's the difference. And, I think that with Kirby, like you said, he'll probably have to figure it out, because I'm sure that Gonzalez isn't going to run the same stuff that Napier's running. And that regard, I think that'll be kind of a figuring out type of deal, because these guys are smart. They all know what they're doing. There's not just somebody has the key. I mean, as much as Coach Saban was the greatest at it, if you look at all of the coordinators that he had under him, with him at the times that he was at Alabama and even at LSU, those guys can coach football, and they're all scattered out amongst college football, and they're everywhere, and they share notes with each other, and they know what's going up, what they're doing when they do this or that. So do you think that this is like a matchup with the quarterbacks, or are you saying that Florida's defense is going to have to play like the first part of the season Florida defense, how they were kind of elite?
And like after they got after Texas, Texas has got a decent-sized offensive line and talent all over the field, and that score is very deceiving. Florida manhandled, Texas, honestly, and I really think that this game with Georgia has that kind of feel to it. Like, I have hope, and normally, say, before the Texas A&M game, I was like, oh, God, we got to play them, I feel like they're a playoff contending team, and I really do feel like Georgia could go on a championship run, but I just think it's been too long, man. Florida's got their number this year. It's going to be a really good game if Florida doesn't pull off the upset.
Does everybody that you see online, are they saying that this is going to be the weekend that it happens? I mean,
it's been a lot more people, so than the other years. Everybody else is like, oh God, give it up, we're not beating Georgia, but there has been a lot of people that are looking forward to seeing what Billy G can do with the not dumbed down playbook, because that's supposed to be the difference, is that Billy Napier kind of just gave you the same 4 to 6 plays every time, and this guy's going to throw the kitchen sink at you.
Now, do you think that you as Florida fans feel better about this game because there's honestly nothing to lose? Like, there's really nothing on the line. You can come out there, play free. You've already let go of your head coach. You've done this, and like we've seen that in UCLA when they beat Penn State with their interim head coach. I mean, different play calls, different motivation. I mean, if, Gonzalez figures out how to get these guys to play, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, to see this game go a little closer than everybody's anticipating.
Yeah. And no, I do agree with that. I think, just the team, it's going to be refreshing to not go in with Billy Napier, because that you could tell DJ's been frustrated with Napier, and I think they all were, even the coaches that are interim coaches. They might have respect for him, but they thought it was getting a little crazy. I still feel like he might have coached for the buyout.
Yeah, I mean, just how many weeks did they talk about Billy Napier losing his job?
Yeah, from the beginning of the season.
I mean, these kids hear this.
Yeah, they know.
I mean, you got to think that DJ Lagway's probably thinking, if I don't play well, is coach going to get fired next week? If I throw 3 interceptions and we lose by,
and it started last season.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, and if it wasn't for him winning those, the last 5 games of the year, I believe Napier would have been out the door a whole lot sooner.
Yeah.
So I do believe that the having the coach and waiting to be fired prior to, the last week, that puts a lot of pressure on those kids. That's something they're constantly thinking about, something they're probably talking in the locker room. It's something that probably weighs on their mind. Now that it's over, who knows? I don't know if it's more distracting or less distracting, because now I think their portal window's open. Are they leaving? Are they staying? Hey, are you staying? Are you leaving? Where are you going? So I don't know, which direction that could go. I could see it being, freelance, good, they'll play free, or does it bring even more stress to the program?
Yeah. Jeffrey, when you look at this game, do you think that there's a chance, like maybe a 1% chance, that if this Billy G, as Hobzilla just called him, wins out at Florida, that he possibly could play in for himself to have a head coaching football job over there at Florida?
Wow. I think that's a lot less probability than some other teams that have interim coaches. I don't think I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm trying to think of who else. They play Tennessee, right?
They play, obviously they have Georgia this weekend. Following week they have Kentucky. And then they have Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Kentucky and Ole Miss are on the road, and then the Tennessee's at home.
Yes, Tennessee and Florida State would be.
Oh no, there's no way they're
Gainesville.
going to win. There's no way they're going to beat Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee.
That's not the question, though. If they do win out, does he keep that job? And
Yes,
or
he
does
does.
Florida make a hire before the end of the season so they don't miss out on this coaching carousel? Or are they going to wait to the end of the season when Lane Kiffin frees up and see what maybe Billy G does to the team?
I mean, it's not so much just about the coach that's in there right now, the interim coach. It's more so about who makes a hire first. Because as soon as there's one or two of them, the seat for picking is going to get really, really hot, and they're going to have to move and move quick. And I think it's crazy to even think that people are talking about Brian Kelly going other places, but I don't know. It's definitely not. Brian Kelly's definitely not going to Florida. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that was something that I believe people are just throwing out to see if they can get a stick, but I don't think so either.
Yeah, but no, if he beats Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Georgia, heck yeah, give that guy the job.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it to him.
Okay.
But I mean, that's what they did with Billy G. I mean Billy Napier. Billy Napier did the same thing.
And then
Florida fans, and you can call in on the Red 70s phone line 850-215-6290 and tell us what you think. But I mean, do you want another coach named Billy? I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be like this or that, but let's get away from the name.
Come on.
I don't
Do you
want
know
the
how many
Billy G
coaches y'all hired? How many Alabama coaches had the same name?
Exactly. And all of them stunk, and we learned our lesson. We're never going to ever hire another Mike in the history of Alabama coaches. I don't care if somehow there's a Mike Saban that's killing the college football ranks. I'm sorry, sir. We can't have you. We love your last name. Your first name done it for us. Show him the door, please.
Norvell claims he had that job locked up.
And he was Mike.
You wouldn't take Mike Tomlin as your coach?
I would not.
Oh.
I would not take anybody named Mike. And I got friends that are named Mike, and I'm sure there's some really nice people out there named Mike, but I just don't want you coaching my Alabama Crimson Tide team. So either way, we get to do these things because of our wonderful sponsors. And AutoNation Ford and